Peter Pan has now grown up and is far away from Neverland, but his old enemy, Captain Hook, has not forgotten and schemes his revenge. Kidnapping Peter's children, he lures our hero back to the island of pirates and lost boys for a final confrontation. With the help of Tinkerbell, the faithful fairy, you take on the role of Peter in this magic adventure fraught with danger and excitement. And this is Hook, published by Sony ImageSoft and developed by Ukiyote? I don't know. 1992. You might think for a game where you actually get to control Robin Williams, you might have a better time than this. Well, let's not talk about that yet. There have been several games based on the film Hook. You know the one. Side-scrolling for the NES and Game Boy was released in 92. Subsequent side-scrolling was released for the Commodore 64 and SNES later in 92, followed by versions for the Sega CD, Genesis, and the Game Gear, and an arcade game. Holy crap, I had no idea. A graphical point-and-click adventure developed by Shadow Software and published by Ocean was released for the Amiga and Atari ST in 1992. Irem did the arcade version, Ocean did computer versions, and Sony ImageSoft did all the other versions. Let's find the Super Nintendo one. This version is a side-scrolling platform game, and the Sega CD version features identical gameplay to the Genesis and SNES. The Game Gear has 8 levels. The Genesis features 11, while the SNES and Sega CD versions have 12. Each version features various locations that include caves, forests, lagoons, and snowy mountains. Remember those from the movie? I don't. Throughout the game, the player must defend against Hook's pirate henchmen as well as spiders, snakes, and skeletons. Remember them? I don't. Peter Pan's primary weapon is a dagger. After completing the first level, the player receives the golden sword as a weapon. Remember that? I do. Capable of shooting balls of energy. Remember that? I don't. If the player is attacked, Peter drops the sword and must use the dagger, while the golden sword can sometimes be retrieved in the following level. The player's health meter is measured as leaves. We begin with 2 and lose 1 each time an enemy attacks. You can collect additional leaves throughout the game to increase the health meter for a maximum total of 4 leaves. Think of it. Fruits are scattered throughout the level, can be collected to refill your health meter. After collecting pixie dust, Peter Pan has the ability to fly for short periods of time until the fly meter becomes empty. Tinkerbell appears throughout the game to refill the fly meter. The game does not include passwords. The musical score from the film was adapted for use in the Sega CD version, which would be alright with me, which includes digitized graphical sequences from the film and voice acting. The Sega CD version also includes computer-generated scan of Captain Hook's ship, which is featured during the game's introduction. Well, that would be kind of cool too. Let's see. Nintendo Power considered the NES and Game Boy versions to be nearly identical and criticized them for being an average running and jumping game with a pretty weak character and sluggish play control. The movie is good, but the game falls short. Mark Cameron of EG Electronic Games praised the graphics and wrote, "What makes the game different from most games based on movie license is that this game is good." Inforce praised the graphics and music of the SNES version, but criticized the standard gameplay. Nintendo Power praised it for its graphics and considered it better than the NES and Game Boy versions, but noted occasional slow response times for the controls. Jason Brooks of Superplay, praised the colorful graphics on the SNES version, but criticized its short length and slow-moving gameplay. I think I can agree with that. The game looks really good. I think it looks really good. But playing it isn't as fun as it probably looks watching me play it.